Hey guys, StinaRose here, and welcome back to another episode from the Welsknight Patron Server. We are starting off today here on the Mooshroom Island, and as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work. Well, at least I've got another portal set up. Transit through the Nether is still a bit scary though, because we haven't covered in the tunnels, so ghasts and blazes can sometimes be a big problem. Thankfully, I haven't died to either of those yet, but I'm sure that's coming eventually. Anyway, I've also been doing a little bit of other work here on the island. If we look down here, you can see that I've started growing some trees for our future builds here. I've got a vine farm started, and later in this episode, I'd like to get started working on something over here on this part of the island. But first, I need to get some materials together so that we can get rid of this mycelium. So I will be back. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this clip of some shenanigans that happened between episodes. I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we are back, and I'm here in the castle in the enchanting room, and I have something that I have to do because yesterday I died. And this season, instead of creating a cemetery like I did last season, I would like to make death mementos so that I can remember the different ways that I died. And today I have my very first death memento to create. And this one is going to be called Don't Hug the Pigman. Don't hug the pigman. And I'm going to show you the clip of why you don't hug the pigman right now. The different Nether Hub projects are coming along quite well. Proteus has been working very diligently underneath of the main Nether Hub where OBS has been working to create a Wellsway, which is going to be a rail system in the Nether itself going underneath of the tunnels that connect from the main Nether Hub. And it's going to be a really exciting project. I ended up fishing up a book that Proteus needed, so I came over to his project area to give it to him and then offered to lend a hand with the digging because this is a lot of netherrack that needs to be removed. He set me up with a place and then went back to his own area to dig. Now as you can see, we've got a lot of pigmen who have spawned in this space as he's been digging it out. And pigmen are not really known for their intelligence, and they tend to get in the way when you're working. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. A pigman walked right in front of Proteus's pick, and Proteus hugged him with it. And this is the result. Yes, every single pigman in this whole area got aggroed. And because I was working in the area too, they were mad at me as well. And in my attempt to run away from them, I ended up running straight into the fire. I tried to assist, killing some off. I should have, at that point, just logged out of the game and restarted. But once they had killed Proteus, they came after me with a vengeance. And it was a lot of them against one of me. Oh, did I mention that they stole Proteus's armor? Yeah. I'm not sure how I could have gotten out of this alive, other than quitting the game. And as you can see, I didn't. Look at that guy. He's got my shield. What a punk. Now, there was one more person in the area who was helping Proteus work, and I'm not sure that he understood what was going on. And I think that he was just coming down to see if everything was okay. And he met the same fate that we did. Poor guy. Because those pigmen, they were still a bit aggroed. Good news is that everyone, once we were all dead, all the pigmen despawned, and we were able to go back and get our stuff. Hey guys, we're back, and as you can see, I have managed to get the grass and all of the mycelium gone from here. So I went around and I took all of it out, and this, I just want to say, mycelium spreads like cancer. It's awful to try to get all of it out before it spreads somewhere else. So yeah, that was quite a bit frustrating, but thankfully that's gone now, and we have this nice, beautiful green area. We also have a chicken. Somewhere along my travels, I had picked up one egg, so I decided to just give it a try, and I tossed it out here, and it was a lucky egg, and we now have a chicken. But that's not why I'm here. We are going to today be building a house, and this is going to be the first house in our base. This is going to be a fairly standard, more like a cottage than anything grand or amazing. I've got the footprint laid out here. So as you can see, we're going to have oak logs in the corners. And that chicken is not going to be a chicken house. I don't know why it's there. The main part of the house itself is going to be made out of bone blocks. So I'm just going to lay out the foundation here, just so that we can see the shape that this is going to be. I really love the bone blocks. So today I spent a little bit of time at the skeleton spawner here in town. Well, not here because I don't live in town, but in town. I took a little bit of time at the skeleton spawner, grinding away for bones. Thankfully, when I first got there, somebody else was doing some grinding for XP, so I was able to just piggyback on what they were doing, and they let me have their bones. I did go back after a while because I realized they probably didn't have enough bone blocks for the whole project, and I did some more grinding for myself. So this is going to be the shape of our build. And I think that it's gonna work out really well for what I want it for. It's gonna look pretty nice up on that hill. I just love the green. It's such a vibrant green. I think it's gonna work really well for what we're gonna do here on the base. Anyway, let me get to work and see what I can create here, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. And as you can see, I have made a lot of progress. I'm really enjoying this house design. I love the color changing in the roof with the spruce on the sides and the oak in the center. I thought the flower boxes were a really fun addition. Now, this house is supposed to be more dilapidated, so I'm going to have to go through and add some texture variation to the walls, kind of give it more of a rundown feeling. I'm also going to have to go through on the roof and add some weathering there, make it look like it's coming apart a little bit more. So basically I built this structure and now I'm going to have to beat it up a bit, but I don't have time to do that tonight. It is getting quite late and it's kind of time for me to call it a night. I've been at this for a couple of hours now. I've really been enjoying my time putting it together. As you can see around this side, I've added a fireplace. You might have seen the chimney coming up when I showed you the whole thing. So kind of one of those crooked chimneys. It's my first time making one of those, and it was a bit of a headache really to get it to look like I wanted it to, and I'm really not completely pleased with it even now looking at it, but I think it's good enough for the time being. Around the back, I've created this little garden area. We've got melon and a pumpkin that are growing here, and then I'm also going to get a little livestock pen, and in that livestock pen I want a cow and a chicken and a pig and a sheep. Now, as you saw, we have a chicken wandering around the island right now, so that's pretty easy. And with all the mushrooms, all I have to do is shear one and I'll have a cow. But the pig and the sheep are going to be a bit of a headache because, as you can see, there is nothing around me. Nothing at all for miles and miles. Well, Minecraft miles. You can't even see the next island. So it's going to take a bit for me to go and find livestock and then find my way back to the island with them. But I think it's doable. That'll be an interesting project for another day. And my chicken is wandering away. We'll have to entice it back with some seeds eventually. So yeah, this is Jack's house. Jack lived in a humble home with his mother, and they didn't have a lot. And Jack decided one day that he was going to take his cow that was no longer giving milk to the market to sell it. And on his way, he got swindled into buying some magic beans. And that is what we are going to be doing with this home. Oh, it looks like I forgot a fence post right up there. Let's go take care of it. Do I have any on me? Nope. Let's go take care of that before I forget. We are going to be increasing the interest in this area by adding a beanstalk out behind the house. And this beanstalk, the idea is that the beanstalk will reach all the way up to cloud level. Now I have my clouds turned off, but it'll reach all the way up to cloud level. Did I? And then, so right back here, I have the beanstalk, and I'll go way up into the clouds. I'll probably be creating some clouds of my own. Not exactly 100% sure what I'm going to do with that. creating some clouds, and then building a giant's castle up in the sky. And I think that's going to be a really, really fun project to do up over here. So we'll have Jack and the Beanstalk with the giant's castle up in the sky. And that's just going to be one of the stories that we're going to be working out here on the island. The island still has a lot of room left on it, so we'll be able to do a whole bunch of different children's stories on the island, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. So anyway, that's it. That's all that I have time for today. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really appreciate it. And I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think about the house. Let me know what you think about the idea of the beanstalk and the giant's castle up in the sky. And if you have ideas of other children's stories, other fairy tale type stories that we can add to this island, go ahead and leave that in the comments below as well. I'd really like to hear from you and incorporate some of your ideas into this build. Remember, I want this to be a conversation. I want this to be something where it's you and I talking about it and having fun together. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.